You have this organization called Culture Force, and you can help companies navigate their way through that. If I'm running a business, what are the warning signs that I might need services from you?
Ooh, that's a great question. Well, first things first is, are you dealing with an attrition issue? Are employees nonstop complaining and you're like, man, we feel like all we are dealing with is complaints or attrition issues? This is one that I love. We feel like we have to micromanage to achieve productivity or success or mission success. And if we don't micromanage the teams, then the job just doesn't get done. If we don't have constant check-ins with project managers, the jobs aren't meeting milestones. A lot of those issues obviously can be improved, can be changed, can be even removed with our focus and how we help organizations to do that. But it really depends. Every organization is different, but for the most part, guess what? We all know this. We all say it. We all believe it to a degree that technology is amazing. The rise of AI, it's amazing. There's nothing wrong with any of it, but none of it happens without people. It just doesn't. And so, why is 85% of America frustrated or literally hates their boss? 85% of America, Pete, hate their boss. But when we talk with leaders and organizations, there is many times a hesitancy to run analysis and go, well, that's not my organization. That's not my group. That's not us.
If I'm thinking we have attrition problems in my company, I'm thinking I need to step up my leadership. Your message is the leader needs to step up, but I think your book is really about make sure everybody knows their jobs and you empower them. That's the essence of the book, right? That it's not about you, the leader. It's about how you lead them to lead themselves.
That's right. I believe we did a great job dissecting the mythos surrounding the archetypal litter, arguing that the collective efforts of a team often eclipse the
Mhm.
contributions of any single individual. We believe that this contrarian stance is timely in an era where leadership seminars and these self help groups or tomes reign supreme. Self help is the number one book type out there. Nothing wrong with furthering yourself and getting better. When you're good, when you've achieved a goodness, come read book number two because you can't help others be better individuals if you're not centered. But when you're good and when you've gotten yourself centered, come on over. Let's focus on the team. Let's get to book two. Let's help others be good leaders. Let's help others have self leadership within their jobs, within their projects, within their missions. But this is quite a challenge a lot of times because what is all of social media and all of the nonsense that's out there right now is just saying, you can never stop. You can never stop. We always need to achieve better. I mean, it's
Now,
nonstop
that seems like as a SEAL, that's kind of almost in your mantra, but why do we have that wrong?
because there's no I in SEAL. It's a team. We operate as teams. Now, we have to be proficient and efficient at the individual level. And that's why it takes 3.5 years to make an entry level Navy SEAL. Arguments have been said on how long it will take to make a really, truly solid quality sales individual, but it can take time, is my point. But once you're through that, now it's time to refine everything. In the Navy SEALs, just to reiterate, that initial period of 3.5 years of training and qualification is just to get you out the door. It's like, hey, man, thank you. Hey, John Doe, thank you so much for joining and becoming one of the world's elite. I'm so grateful that you're here. But now it's time for you to sit down and learn from all of the other guys who have been around a little while. And guess what their job is, though? Their job is to elevate him. And so once you get past that point, then, like I said, their job is to elevate that brand new individual. But all of marketing and social media just wants us to live in that first 3 year period.
So when you're working with clients, do you map that to hiring profiles? Like, yes, hire rock stars, but you want rock stars that work well with others. Is that just like
Oh,
central?
one of my favorite questions. So there's this buzzword in the CHRO world these days. I'm sure you've heard of it. Is we hire for culture fit. We don't say that. In fact, we disagree with it. We hire for culture improvement. Improvement is much different than we need you to fit this box of what we're trying to put out there.